It's hard to imagine that I've been collecting Social Security benefits for almost 10 years now. Like most seniors, we don't dream about retirement life. But collecting Social Security benefits is probably the only good attachment that comes with old age. And yes, I made plans on how to kill time. But a pleasant surprise came my way when I got a surprise job offer that came right before my retirement day. An insurance client of mine asked me to narrate for her documentary. The money she offered would be enough to buy me probably a senior coffee at McDonald's. But how could I say no when she complimented so nicely on my voice? Plus, her documentary was really one of a kind. She talked about crop circles and prophecies, things that are out of this world. So, 9 years and more than 1,000 projects later, I became one of her fans. I don't know how she gets so much energy to write scripts nonstop, find an almost free narrator, then edit the videos and publish those. And I could never understand why she never learned the word stop. Not when her once popular YouTube channel was shadow banned. Not even when 150 of her published Amazon Prime videos were taken down because few voted like on hers. Not even stopping when she sold several of her real estate to continue her filming. Maybe, like she said, she wanted to share her passion and her messages with the world. But it's a tough road. A road with no claps, that she had to travel alone. Although I told her many times she should slow down. But I did cheer quietly when she showed me the first of many milestones she's crossed. In 2020, she won her first award at WorldFest Houston, a Canadian Oscar qualifying festival. In 2022, she won the only special jury award at Color Tape International, the largest festival in the Southern Hemisphere. In 2023, she got her first official selection at Bengaluru, India's only Oscar qualifying festival. And in 2024, the film she wrote, directed, edited, and produced, South Africa, Rainbow Nation, was nominated for Best Documentary at the 2024 Africa Movies Academy Awards. This is not the first time I've bragged about her. And usually I'm politely ignored. Or people will say, nomination? Tell me when she wins. Or they might say, Africa Oscar? What's that? Even when I tell them that may be the most difficult Oscar to get a nomination, because you have to be either an African director or you made the film in Africa. But name and fortune seem to have little meanings to my director friend. She's made tons and tons of great films as just part of her daily routine. Other than the many festival judges she has impressed with her work, few know about her. Partly because she has no connection with the entertainment business. Partly because she's had no training, no experience, and no budget in filming. And most likely because people do not believe you can make a good film in a few days. Although she has yet to claim any Oscar. But getting awards for controversial subjects like Nostradamus' prophecy is unheard of. For example, her Gaza crisis according to Nostradamus, with a win in the 58th WorldFest Houston, a nomination at Toronto International Nollywood Film Festival, and published on Amazon Prime, fulfilled 3 requirements to compete in the Canadian Screening Awards. While her Omicron according to Nostradamus won in 2022 at the 15th Annual SoCal Film Awards, Chinese Tuibei 2, Prophecies Till End of Time, won at 17th Annual SoCal Film Awards, and silver at 58th WorldFest Houston. Some of her films were published on Amazon Prime. Some were rejected by Amazon Prime. Maybe you did not get to see the films, but she tried, and proved to the world not only her talent in filmmaking, but her wish to impact the world we are in. Like I said before, she has not yet won any Oscar. She's had no box office hit, and actually did not even hit any box office. So why do I want to talk about her? Well, you can call me crazy, but I decided to make this video because I thought maybe you need to know about her, because her name was mentioned in many books written hundreds or even thousands of years ago. When events have happened in the last 100 years that seem to have played out according to ancient Chinese prophecies, people started to pay attention to future described in the unsolved prophecies. And so many of these books pointed to a mysterious person from the East. The prophecies predicted coming doomsday and a person who may offer some help. The books were pretty detailed in the name, age, about this person. The internet community has been looking for this person and has released countless videos hoping to find this person. But strangely, this person has still nowhere to be found. People call this person the Great One. I personally do not think that's the right name. I think this person has great talent, high moral standards, a very good heart, but has no desire for name nor fortune. This person hopes to make a positive impact in a world full of problems. She somehow sees what people don't see in these prophecies, so she's tried hard to warn people. Think of the film Matrix. It's like the doomed world is about to go through another flush cycle. But the program intentionally leaves clues, allows the codebreaker to see the clues, and leaves open a small chance that would stop the doomsday. Of course, everyone, including the codebreaker, is unaware of this. Many chance encounters have to happen for the codebreaker to know her mission, and for the codebreaker to be willing to risk everything to come out. Actually, the codebreaker may not need to come out in person, but her presence should be known so more people can pay attention to the codes she's broken. Before I reveal the important messages she wishes to share, let me share with you what was said about her in these ancient prophecy books. The Chinese have 10 top prophecies. 7 mentioned her name. 1 hinted about her honorable princess title, given to her for her contribution to culture. I talked about her birthday to the exact day, month, and year. And 1 hinted about someone with foreign blood. While although unknown to her entire family, a DNA has showed her with 11% Korean blood. But that is just Chinese prophecies. Actually, 3 other prophecies have talked about this person. Nostradamus talked about this person from the East, spending many years in the West and then went back to the East. While Nostradamus actually died on July 1st, 399 years before her birthday. And like I said, there may be countless Nostradamus scholars, but one look at her books and films on Nostradamus, and you will wonder, how was she able to decode Nostradamus the way she has? The second Western prophecy is actually from Maya. It talked about Rainbow Warrior. This did not ring a bell even to me until 2 months ago, when a short documentary made by her, narrated by me, got nominated for Best Documentary at the 20th African Movie Academy Awards. The film, filmed in South Africa, when she cruised through in March 2024, had little chance to get an Oscar nomination because it was filmed by cell phones, written, directed, and edited by her on a cruise, and it's called Rainbow Nation. The next is Korean prophecy Gyeongkom Yerik. It was written by Joseon scholar Nam Sago. in the 16th century. We don't know much about this prophecy, and most people could not figure out why a Korean prophecy would predict a 21st century Chinese. But if my friend is this predicted person, then there's a good reason. Not only she has 11% Korean blood, but both of her parents have Korean blood. And although Korean blood is hard to find in Taiwan, she married a Chinese man with 7% Korean blood. And what Gyeogam Yurik said about her is shocking, which prompted me to make this video. This prophecy was written in ancient Korean. Since none of our team members know ancient Korean, we never tried to decode this prophecy. However, many videos mention this prophecy because of its clear prediction about this doomsday spiritual leader, while this one part showed where this person is and when this person should be known. The prophecy stated Chicken Dragon Hill House 1 and 2. Big responsibility 61, age 61, fortune 3 and 5. Time for name to be known worldwide. Chicken Dragon Hill or Chicken Cage Hill is not hard to find, as Taipei's port is called Keelung. It is a hilly, small port city. According to Wikipedia, Taiwanese people have long called the city Keelung, Rooster Cage. Keelung has a population of 362,487. While my Dakota friend was born in Keelung 61 years ago, has been a Keelung resident for the last 8 years. Actually, she grew up there in Keelung, as you can see in this picture taken in 1970 on the hills of Keelung. The prophecy said her duty is calling her at age 61. That would be this year, 2025. And let's now jump back to Jinlin Tower poem and see why I said her birthday was predicted in this 500-year-old poem. Please note this line, 19 lady, 55 years old. In our video published 6 years ago, we jokingly said it may be about her. But at that time, our team never thought she would be anything of significance. But now we're not sure. Please note she turned 55 years old on July 1, 2019. While the mention of 55 means half and half, July 1st not only is Baoen Liu the prophet's birthday, but also the halfway point of the year. And the line before the quote, great place, great people, now with a new noble. In 2018, my Dakota friend became the second foreign national to receive a princess title from Indonesia. How many people could qualify to be called new noble? As for calling her birthplace great, Keelung is a small city, lags in economic growth compared with nearby Taipei. But why calling her birthplace great place? Well, she was born in Taiwan, which is called Treasure Island, while Keeling Long, current word for word translation is Keelong. Ki is Baoen Liu's first name, who wrote the prophecy, while Long means prosperous. Amazing our coincidence. Well, let's go on to the next prophecy match. Tuibei 2 is called China's most magical book, as it foretold every event during the last 1,300 years. We will discuss its match last. But Tuibei 2's author, Zhongfeng Li, felt he had more to share after finishing the 60th poem, Tuibei 2. So, he wrote Hidden Poem. Most of the hidden poems' riddles about the past 1,300 years have been fulfilled and thoroughly decoded. And since all of these Chinese prophecies follow exact time sequence, we know what will happen soon. In the current era poem, it talked about 90 years after Japan's invasion of China, how someone will cause major chaos, and then the true leader came out to save all. And this is the description of the leader. The leader wears a ceramic hat, both hands in sky, with 2 feet on the ground, wearing a heavy belt, wearing long dress, home worldwide. The ceramic hat used a word that most people have never seen. Basically, you can't even find this word, nor this kind of hat, let alone seeing someone wearing it. We decided to search again and actually found this kind of hat, even a picture of the last person wearing such a hat. I found it as the name of princess. The title and hat was usually given to a lower level princess. I mean, princess whose mother was a concubine of the emperor. This is a picture of a Korean urn master. She died in 1989. So look at it. A princess not born by the queen. How many princesses do we have in 2025? And in the last 9 years, my princess friend has visited over 80 countries and filmed in 80 countries. That kind of fulfills the both hands in the sky with 2 feet on the ground and home worldwide. Actually, she represented 13 countries in the 25th World Fest Houston Awards she won in 2024. It's hard to convince anyone that one person can do this with a limited budget and time. But the Prophet Lee somehow saw this in vivid details. If Tuibei-Tu is the best known prophecy in China, the second best known one must be Bowen Liu's biscuit tail. Bowen was born on July 1st, 1311, 653 years before my princess friend was born. In his biscuit tail, in the coming events section, it started calling "Dear God coming down, burn everything up. Please note Taiwan's current president, Lai Chin-dir, has a nickname, Lai God. Our team pinned Lai God on Dr. Lai in our video 6 years ago. And last year we pointed out burnt sentence includes the names of Taiwan and Kinmen, which is a small island Taiwan controls next to China. However, the prophecy said a bearded general would come to the rescue. Other than the USA's Vice President Vance, I don't know any person in power with a beard. But then a thought came to me. Beard in Chinese can also mean foreign descendant. Can this be telling us the one coming has foreign blood? Actually, Chinese call non-Han as foreigners, while Princess Dakota not only has 11% Korean blood, but also is a Manchurian descendant. Could this be about her? Now we went over 1,300-year-old hidden poem, 600-year-old biscuit tale, and the other prophecy, Jin Lin Tower poem, written by Bowen Liu. Let's look at 2,000-year-old Ma Qian Ka, written by famous Jigu Liang. The prophecy has only 14 poems. Each poem indicated the rise and fall of each dynasty, and with only 16 words. The prophecy could hide the name of the dynasty. Like in poem 10, it talked about the rise of the Republic. Most people notice how the second 4 words, 1,000 people one mouth, put together as the word Republic, which is the name of Republic of China. But my Dakota friend found something no one noticed before. When you put one mouth together, you get the word China, which is the name in both Republic of China and People's Republic of China. And how did Liang predict the fact that there are 2 Chinas for the last 75 years? Did you know the Republic of China's literal translation in Chinese is China People's Republic, while the red China is People's Republic of China. And the prophecy used this word coming. Do you see the 2 people hidden in the word? We said over 6 years ago in our prior published video, the third line of poem 10 talked about 5 and 2 in reverse. And since it is placed right after the word thousand, we think some big event will happen in 2025. But if this poem is about Republic of China, Poem 11 should be about People's Republic of China. Since all poems hide the dynasty name, the name of the new republic should be in Poem 11, right? That's when I noticed the word coming again. The second part, coming all of a sudden, showed the word coming, which has not only one people, but two people. So the name of People's Republic of China is found, and since it is again the word with two people, I think that means China and Taiwan, after year 2025, will still be on the world's map. Still be on the map? But what kind of map? The clues may be in Poem 12. The first two lines states, helping the suffering, we need the great one. Then it says, sunrise again and bring orders. Darkness finally turned bright. So it talked about a great one. But the first line for sure showed an after-disaster world. And what does that have to do with the Princess Decoder? Well, the third line, sunrise again, the decoder's first name is Sunshine for the World. Now we will talk about also the 1300-year-old Yellow Monk poem. The poem now, we can only find events after the end of the Ming Dynasty, which started around 1640 AD. Poem 12 talked about Republic of China in Taiwan, as it started by saying, handing control to Sun, which describes General Chiang Kai-shek's son, CK. Chiang became president of Taiwan after his father. Third line stated prosperity and calm for another 36 years. President Chiang Jr. died in 1989. 2025 would be the 36th year. And the last one stated, watch death piling up all around. Poem 13 talked about a conflict. As it mentioned, military from the south, Year of Snake. But it is hard to tell who is winning or losing. I would jump to Poem 14, which is kind of more like sentimental talk by the prophet himself. Sun and moon rise in non-stop cycle. What is the purpose of coming to this world? This old monk better keep quiet. Let future generation worry about the future. Although this does not seem to have much prophecy warning. It started with sun, which is the second word of our decoder's first name. And fourth word on second line, world is her first word on first name. So this one seemed to be another direct link to her. Another lesser-known prophecy is 100-year prediction by Wu Lord. It is long, so I will not try to explain it in details. But her name appeared 4 times in the prediction. First, as the last word in the first paragraph. Great leader of 3 religions coming to this world. Then in the 4th paragraph, last sentence, 100-year chaotic world affairs. The 3rd sentence in the 5th paragraph stated, great deeds done previous life, as ministers in general. Marks the 3rd appearance of her first name. Then in the 6th paragraph, 3rd sentence, coming to this life, time for important task. The poem has 8 paragraphs. Sun also appeared in paragraph 1, which is part of her first name, while the 3rd paragraph talked about Washington coming out from the field. Out of field is mentioned in 2 other prophecies, and I believe it is a word puzzle for her name. You see, this is field. If we take the box out of the word field, you could get the last name Wong. So, do you think her name seems to be in this prophecy also? Now, we will talk about China's oldest prophecy, 10,000-year poem. Modern day section states, split to two each with own territory, reign for 109, then walking out of grass field, holding gold dragon walking on jade stairs, clear out all over China, north and south united into one. Split into two describes two Chinas on both sides of Taiwan Strait, while 109 can mean Taiwan calendar 109, which is year 2020, the year current President Lai elected as vice president, but it can also mean 80 years from now. Then it talked about walking out of grass field. Could this be another hint of the last name Wang? On the last part, it talked about unification. Please note, first word on clear out all over China, Qin, means clear, but also in Taiwan President Lai's first name. While the second word ping means peace, but it is also China's President Xi's first name. Now we will talk about the 1,000-year-old plum poem. There's only 10 poems. I believe we are currently at poem number 8, as poem 7 talked about the Chinese Civil War. First sentence on poem 8 stated, world affairs is like an unfinished chess game. Second line, try to work together to avoid doomed fate. Third line, dead leopard still has fur to show. Fourth line, best autumn would be in Xi'an. Our decoder's first name, Xi, which means world, is the third word in line 1. Half of her other first name can be found in the word leopard. I think it means she may be more influential after her death. Kind of sad to think that way, but honestly, I don't know how bad the attacks on her may be if she's called another fake. Now, let's look at the least known top 10 Chinese prophecy, a Bushu monk prophecy, which pretty much gave our decoder's name. It appeared at the very end. World and universe split to 3. Here comes the great one. Black marks, color of the hat, dragon on clothes. World light up again. Hope is back everywhere. Worldwide sing with joy. All benefit. Split to 3, when you split 3 in the middle, what do you get? The name Wang. First word is Xi, her first name. Second word is universe. With the same sound of her second part of her first name, Siyun, her second part of her first name, means sunshine. It is a word rarely used, but only used in names. Like Li, Emperor of Song Dynasty, who died 700 years before decoder Wang was born. So her name was hidden in the first 4 words. Second line talked about the Great One. Third line again talked about the hat, which I believe revealed her princess title. She was born in the year of the dragon, which dragon was mentioned in the 4th line. The 5th line on talked about light coming back, which, like I said, her name means sunshine of the world. Now we will talk about China's most magical book, Tuibei Tu. The first mention of Great One in modern day section is poem 44. This poem we published our unique one-of-a-kind decoding in early 2019. In it we found 16 country names. That's the 15 RECP countries plus India, which holds a wild card that allows them to join at a later time. We found Ren Zhenfei's name with Ren hidden in Great One as first line in the long poem. and Fei as second word in the second long line. Before that video, we found Ren's name in poem 43, while his daughter Meng Wanzhou name also in the poem. And we said it was about the trade war. We said China will survive the trade war because Ren's name was again found in poem 44. Does that mean Ren is the Great One? Yes and no. I think the many technology firms played a big role in China surviving the trade war. And Ren did play a part. Even the newly released DeepSeek shows that China's hope to rise from trade war ashes would be in technology. But he may not be the one mentioned in the prophet. The other Tuibetu mentioned Great One is found in poem 47. In the short poem, it started by saying, putting down weapons, Ziwei, a star now shines. Then in the long poem, it stated, no king to rule. First person, come from field. So the word field is mentioned again. But here comes with a problem. If coming from field is the name Wang, then there's already an emperor named Wang in China's history. Wang, Meng, started a short-lived new dynasty 2,000 years ago. Actually, his last name was Tian, which means field, but then changed to Wang. His dynasty lasted only 14 years. But Meng was from a noble family. They changed the name to Wang also because after Tian lost their kingdom 6 generations before Meng, people still called him king. So they eventually changed their name to Wang, which means king. So poem 47 talked about Ziwei star. It is the lead star in Chinese astrology. But does that have anything to do with our decoder? Well, last 2 poems talked about read more old books, bring truth to all. Well, although decoder's memory bank may be far from AI, she seems to remember everything she reads. And many of her history and biography films won major awards. And she insisted on spreading positive news. Not sure if that linked her with the so-called Ziwei star, but I want to share an interesting story on Ziwei star with you. About 10 years ago, before Decoder started her decoding journey, she found an online psychic offering unlimited questions for $99 a month. So she signed up. Never met the psychic, but sent lots of questions. One of her first questions was, am I an incarnated angel? As a few times she was told about her soul origin. The psychic answered quickly, yes. Then she asked, what is my angel name? Zuriel, she was told right away. That was 10 years ago, and she immediately searched on Yahoo, and she found only one picture for Angel Zuriel, and she was speechless. She had one picture she kept when she was 22. The picture looked exactly like the picture of Angel Zuriel. You see, our decoder is very humble. She was very pretty, but she did not care for her looks. So she kind of lacked on upkeep. But she didn't care. She never cared for material things, no fancy dresses, cars, nor jewelry. And she never thought she could be someone that would carry an important task. But now, think. Zuriel. Zuriel, could it be the Ziwei star mentioned here? Now we will talk about one prophecy, supposedly also written by Bowen Liu, but not widely circulated till the search for Great One started a few years ago. This one was said to be found 20 years ago, with prophecy carved on stone shown after a big quake in China. It correctly predicted COVID-19 and left this part puzzling everyone. What would you say if I said I found the decoder's name here? Her last name is here. First part of her first name is here. 7 and 20. If you put the 1 from the first line to the box in line 2, you get the word sun. And the first line stated, "One walks into the box," so it for sure is the sun. Now we put 3 dots and a hook. What do you get? Her name. Many people feel a great one must do great things to be called a great one. You can just go with name match and then get the honor. But what can one person unknown to the world, having no support, no connections, do anything? Well, in less than 10 years, she has won 2,369 Film Festival Awards. Actually, the number should be more like 7,000 because she's usually the writer, director, and editor. She has made over 1,000 films, but only counts the ones getting International Movie Database recognized festival awards or nominations, which is 850 and counting. She's won many awards in Oscar-qualifying film festivals, and even one nomination at the African Oscar 2024. So, do you agree that she's got talent? But how about contributions? Her films even cover all kinds of categories, focused on spreading positive messages. She has won Best Global Impact World Peace Awards in festivals around the globe. Although many people consider her a bit crazy for making so many films, many people have told her she has no chance to make money when people see how quickly she can make films. But she has not cared. She's made films warning about infectious diseases before COVID hit. When COVID hit, she made many award-winning films, but most were ignored. She wanted to help, but with quarantine in place, she can't even go outside her door. So she came up with a crazy idea. Can we fight viruses remotely? At that time, each country's COVID statistics could be found on worldometers.info. So she picked Liechtenstein, a small country with only one hospital. The Chi Master sent energy to the hospital, and after 8 days of trial, the recovery numbers jumped. With a small sample, not 100% reliable results, it's hard to say if the remote energy can really work, but the improvement made her feel she should at least try. So each week she would send addresses and names of the hospitals on the COVID hot zone, and the master would send energy over. Of course, most people will laugh over this so-called experiment, but let me ask you, before the vaccine was invented, what else could we do to help? In about 15 months, the focus moved with the COVID virus, and it was encouraging to see outbreaks improving in all the areas. Of course, most would say with more cases, more tools, and more information, countries started to have the upper hand on this situation. It is expected to see improvement. It's laughable to contribute it to remote energy. Whether it was remote energy or not, I think it proved how this crazy Dakota friend of mine cared about the world. And recently a thought came to my mind. Maybe we should bring up what happened during COVID and share with the world. Because there are so many doomsday predictions. What if some of those are true? What if another worse virus outbreak is coming? What if a global climate change is about to happen? What if a supervolcano will soon turn our air into poison? What if this is the last chance we can send warnings out? And what if someone with supernatural abilities can save the world? According to Anand, the Indian protege, and Boriska, the Martian boy from Russia, they know who the Great One is, but would not say anything as a way of protection. They also said there are many people with gifts incarnated with the Great One, so they can all try to save the earth. So listen to this. I'm not saying our Princess Decoder is a great one, but I think she does have the talent and the gift to decode the prophecies. And what she tried during COVID can prepare us for the next disaster, right? Many Chinese have been looking for this Ziwei star, our great one, for several years. Many people believe if these Chinese prophecies have been accurate for the last 3,500 years on every event, they can't be wrong on the great one. But no matter how they looked, they just can't find any trace of the great one. People said there's a shield over the great one, because if he or she is not protected, the great one would most likely be wiped out. Actually, many people know about our decoder. They just don't think much of it. And was the prophecy right? If our decoder is the program glitch, embedded, foretold 3,500 years ago, then at least so far, the prophecy seems to be right on. People have held high hopes for this person predicted by not one, but in at least 15 prophecies from 4 different cultures. But what can one person do? Is it possible that this person appeared in prophecy because of her connection to these prophecies? I mean, maybe she can decode the hidden messages in these prophecies. My friend, the Mystery Decoder, jokingly picked that name for her YouTube channel because she thought it would be another unsolved mystery if she could actually decode these mysteries. But in just 10 years, she seemed to have proved that nothing is impossible. Although there is quite a following for these mysterious subjects, few of the films that have been done in this area have found spots in screening rooms. Many would laugh at prophecy films and call them fiction, while few filmmakers will put their reputation on the line for such subjects. But our Mr. Decoder's Nostradamus videos have won at Independent Horror Movie Awards, Accolade, Annual SoCal Film Awards, Annual Bridge Fest Awards, Impact Docs Awards, the Indie Fest Awards, Best Shorts Awards, and several World Fest Houston Awards. While her Chinese prophecy films won a platinum, a gold, 2 silvers, and 1 bronze at the now 59-year-old World Fest Houston International Film Festival, and of course in many other film festivals worldwide. Even on topics and categories in crop circles, her video Messages and Connections won at the 2024 Toronto International Nollywood Festival and won Gold Documentary at 2025's 58th Annual World Fest Houston. And although her talent has taken her to the award podium on music, comedy, horror, and documentary competitions, these mysterious subjects winning showed that she really has the connection.
Got a few here.
Yes.
You ready, Sean?
Yes. Black Grammy Award, short film, dramatic adaptation.
Chinese prophecies, Shen Wang. Gold Grammy Award, short documentary history.
Killing of the Century, director Sean Wang.
Grammy Award documentary, Crop Circles, Messages and Connections.
Yes, director Sean Wang.
Silver Grammy Award, dramatic original.
Long short film production, Sean Wang.
Silver Grammy Award, history short, South Africa, Rainbow Nation. Director,
Sean Wang.
Bear with me. Silver Grammy Award, the Arts Cultural Film and Video Production,
Sean Wang. That is the Sean person.
Silver Grammy Award by biographical short, Mohandas Path.
Director Sean Wang, India.
Bronze Grammy Award, History and Archaeology, The Maya Encounter.
Director Sean Wong, Mexico. It's first to get around it. Thank you, so sorry, sweetie. I'm trying my best.
Bronze Grammy Award, Documentary, India Today, Director Shui Wang. Second? I'll take a second this whole time. Thank you, Grammy. Congratulations. Round of applause. Round of applause. That's fine right there. Look at that. That's amazing.
It's always exciting when we need to maybe break out a wheelbarrow for the creative excellence that's happening. Thank you, Sherry Wayne, so much for sharing with us. We're grateful. We'll just give a moment for our models to come back.
It is this connection that has prompted her to travel around the world and film around the world. She's wanted to connect with audiences with her unique view about the world. Like this year, the 9 awards she won represented 8 countries she visited. Although it's hard for one person to change the world, she has shown how one person can connect with the world, and we're all family. So what does she want? I guess she wants to share her films and her messages with you. If that is her mission, help her fulfill her mission. If it is not, then watch these films on Amazon, on YouTube, and give her a thumbs up. Break the invisible shield. And if you can contribute to the future of humanity, make yourself known. Do something. We're at a critical time. We must work together for our future. This is Ken Peters. Thank you for watching.